The Reserve Bank of India's latest release has released its worriness about National Payments Corporation of Indian monopoly, paving the way for the private entities to set up umbrella payment platforms to rival the NPCI. The RBI has issued the framework for authorization of Pan-India umbrella entity for retail payments and asks the interested players to submit the application till February 26, 2021. According to former MD and CEO of NPCI AP Hota, RBI aims to increase the number of active digital customers from 150 million to 500 to 600 million. He explained while the volume of the digital transactions might have gone up about 5 times in the last 5 years, the number of customers has grown only 2 times. To set up a Pan-India umbrella entity, a company shall be incorporated in India under the Companies Act 2013. The company should have 3 years experience in payments ecosystem as a payment system operator, payment services provider or technology service provider. To service the PSS Act authorization, the umbrella entity shall be a company authorized by RBI under its Section 4. It shall be governed by the provisions of the PSS Act and other relevant statutes and directives, prudential regulations and other guidelines. All entities eligible to apply as promoter or promoter group of the umbrella entity shall be owned and controlled by resident Indian citizens with 3 years of experience in the payments ecosystem as payment system operator or payment system service provider and technology service provider. The shareholding pattern shall be diversified. Any entity holding more than 25% of the paid up capital of the umbrella entity shall be deemed to be a promoter. The Memorandum of Association of the applicant entity must cover the proposed activities of the operation a Pan-India umbrella entity for retail payment systems. In case of any foreign direct investment or foreign portfolio investment in the applicant entity, it shall, number 1, fulfill the capital requirements as applicable under the rules and regulations framed under FEMA. Number 2, along with applications of authorization, submit necessary approval from the competent authority as required under rules and regulations framed under FEMA. The promoters or promoter group shall conform to the Reserve Bank fit and proper criteria. Director of a promoter company or group company shall be deemed to be a fit and proper person if such person has a record of fairness and integrity, including but not limited to A. Financial integrity, B. Good reputation and character, and C. Honesty. Number 2, such person has not incurred in any of the following disqualification, such as A. Convicted by a court of any offence involving moral turpitude or any economic offence or any offence under the law administered by the RBI. B. Declared insolvent or not discharged. C. An order restraining, prohibiting or debarring the person from assessing and dealing in any financial system passed by any regulatory authority and the period specified in the order has not elapsed. D. Found to be of unsound mind by a court of competent jurisdiction and finding it in 4C. E. Is financially not sound. If any question arises as to whether a person is a fit or proper person, the RBI's decision on such question shall be final. The umbrella entity shall have a minimum paid up capital of 500 crore. No single promoter or promoter group shall have more than 40% investment in the capital of the umbrella entity. The promoter or promoters group shall upfront demonstrate capital contribution of not less than 10%, that is 50 crore, at the time of making an application for setting up of the umbrella entity. The balance capital shall be secured at the time of commencement of the business and operations. The promoter and promoter group shareholding can be diluted to a minimum 25% after 5 years of commencement of the business of the umbrella entity. A minimum net worth of Rs 300 crore shall be maintained at all times. There are various scopes of activities for the umbrella entity. A. An umbrella entity shall set up, manage and operate new payment systems in the retail space comprising of but not limited to ATMs, white label POS, Aadhaar-based payments and remittance services. The entity shall launch newer payment methods, standards and technologies, monitor related issues in the country and internationally. They should take care of developmental objectives like enhancement of awareness about the payment system. B. An umbrella entity shall operate clearing and settlement systems for participating banks and non-banks. They should identify and manage relevant risks such as settlement, credit, liquidity, and operational and preserve the integrity of the system. Additionally, they should monitor retail payment system developments and related issues in the country and internationally to avoid shocks, frauds, and contagions that may adversely affect the system and the economy in general. C. An umbrella entity should fulfill its policy objectives and ensure that the principles of fairness, equity, and competitive neutrality are applied in the determining participation in the system. Frame necessary rules and the related process to ensure that the system is safe and sound and the payments are exchanged efficiently. D. An umbrella entity should carry on any other businesses as suitable for further strengthen the retail payments ecosystem in the country. It is expected that the umbrella entity shall offer innovative payment systems to exclude or include cross-sections of the society and which enhances access, customer convenience and safety, and the same shall be distinct yet interoperable. It is also expected to interact and be interoperable to the extent possible with the system operated by NPCI. D. The umbrella entity may be permitted to participate in Reserve Bank's payment and settlement systems, including having a current account with the Reserve Bank if required. The umbrella entity shall conform to the norm of corporate governance along with fit and proper criteria for person to be appointed on its board. The Reserve Bank retains the right to approve the appointment of directors as also to nominate a member on the board of the umbrella entity. The application for setting up the umbrella entity shall contain a detailed business plan covering the payment systems proposed to be set up and operated along with other documents to duly establish its experience in the payments ecosystem. Such plan shall interally including technology, security features, market analysis and research, benefit of such payment systems, operation, structure of the payment system, time period for setting up the payment system and proposed scale of operations, etc. A proposed organizational strategy is term of fulfilling its responsibility as an umbrella entity shall also be given in the business plan. The umbrella entity shall commence business and operations within a time of 6 months, extendable to a maximum of 1 year from the date of in-principle approval. The Reserve Bank of India has confirmed in its statement that the scrutiny of applications will be undertaken by an external advisory committee only. The EAC will submit its recommendation to the Central Bank. The Board for Regulation and Supervision of Payment and Settlement System will be final authority on issuing authorization for setting up umbrella entity or entities. Furthermore, the Reserve Bank has also placed a draft framework for grant of recognition to an industry association as a self-regulatory organization for payment system operators. The SRO shall cover operators in all segments of payment systems and will be expected to observe best practices on security, customer protection, and competitiveness. The SRO shall serve as a two-way communication channel between the PSOs and Reserve Bank and work towards establishing minimum benchmark and standards in the payment space, apart from the help disciplined behavior by members.